All right, so we're going to do Gary and Liz's financial/retirement plan. This is a good one. So they live in New York State, someplace. Don't have any idea. And obviously, Gary and Liz is not their real names. The names will be used to protect the guilty. They're guilty as charged for kicking butt in financial planning. So Gary and Liz, guilty, which is good. All right, so let's go to the profile. All right, so they got a child, daughter, who's I think she's 17. They didn't actually say, but we're going to say that because she has 4 years of college ahead coming here pretty soon. Liz is born in May of 68, all right, and the life expectancy of 90. Gary is born in March of 69, life expectancy 90. All right, so their net worth consists of $726,000 of retirement of assets, basically. Well, not basically, literally. And it's increased quite a bit. Actually, what has my portfolio done in the last couple of days? I have not. What are we doing? Well, I don't even know what the markets are doing today. Today's what, April 10th? 10th of April. And we're up again. Wow, look at that. That's fantastic. Dire economic numbers intensifies debate over lifting coronavirus restrictions. Well, about time. No, Mexico throws OPEC's historic oil production cut into doubt. There you go, Mexico. All right, so I'm just curious what mine is doing. So last time I saw a various balance. Let's see, because when I actually put this numbers in for Gary and Liz here, they've made a lot more. They just did it on Wednesday, and their portfolios have already gone up by a pretty significant amount, just because the last 2 days have been pretty good. And let's see. What's mine doing here? Hold on just a second. Hey! All right, cool. Look at that. So, man, that's crazy. I'm up. I was, I mean, it's nuts how quickly I'm up 24% in just a few weeks' time. In what, 2 weeks' time? That's real money, man. That's tens of thousands of dollars. Nuts. And of course, I'm still way down. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm down. I'm still. So hold on just a second. I'm still down 18.8%. I mean, so if someone would have said you're going to be down 19%, which is what it was in Q4 of 2018, everyone's freaking out. Now I feel good. I'm only down 18.9%. So anyway, it doesn't make. And they're invested pretty aggressively. You can see extended market index, Fidelity Index 500 fund, total stock index for old Gary, Liz. They're just invested aggressively. So if you look at their portfolio, it's basically 100% stocks, which is freaking awesome for their age. And what we're doing is we're saving. I go to here. They're saving 6% each into their 401k. Now, Gary has a 5% match. And just for you using Right Capital, you always want to do 100% primary match up to 5% or 4% or whatever it is. Or you do 50% primary match up to 6%, where they say they're essentially only giving you a 3% match. But in this case, if you're doing a 5% match, you want to say 100% match up to 5%. It's confusing as can be. Liz, she gets a 1.5% match primary match up to 1.5%, if that makes sense. It's nuts. All right, and they're both doing maximizing their Roth contributions. Okay, cool. That looks good. So we're going to net worth. Again, it's just amazing how much quickly this has grown in the last few days. Since I literally just put this in on Wednesday, and they've already grown by probably $10,000. They got a property in New York. I can't remember when they bought it. Did they say they bought it in 2007? I can't remember. But anyway, the purchase price $185. It's worth $230 now. You can see the property tax in New York is insane. No other way around that. $230,000 is that property tax. But that's one of the reasons why the house is only worth $230,000, because the property tax is so high. Nothing works in a vacuum. I keep harking back to that. The prices that you pay in New York, not New York City, but the state itself, are going to be lower because the property taxes are higher. That's all there is to it. So the drawback about that, and same with Texas. So the prices you're going to pay in Texas and probably New Hampshire are going to be lower in other states because the property taxes are high. That's all there is to it. Now, in New Hampshire and Texas, there's no state income tax, so that will mitigate to that some degree. But anyway, what that, and I use myself as an example. When we lived in New Jersey, or we're scoping out New Jersey or Pennsylvania, in the Philadelphia area, South Jersey houses were significantly cheaper than they were in the Philadelphia area of the Pennsylvania area around Philly, the Philly suburbs. The reason for that is because the property taxes in New Jersey were extraordinarily high relative to the property taxes in PA. But in a scale, it's all the same. I mean, so you're paying $500,000 for a home in PA, which is an hour away via train, or you're paying $400,000 home in New Jersey, which is 15 minutes via train into Center City. The house in New Jersey has $14,000 of property taxes. The house in PA has $6,000, $7,000. You see what I'm saying? It's not like one is so much cheaper than the other because the property taxes in New Jersey were high. So anyway, that's the thing with New York, man. You're going to have a lower cost of your home, but you'll have forever this perpetual tax. Is it worth it? I don't know. I would rather not have the homeowners or the property tax because you'll never get out from under there. But be that as it may. All right, so and I think they're staying in this house actually because we got some goals here. And they got $78,000 on it. They want to pay it off by 2025, and that will be when they're both 56 years old. So it makes sense. They got 3 3/8 is their interest. So all good, man. All good stuff. Their goals are to retire at 60 for each of them. Yep, okay, that's good. And that's their net worth, but just shy of $1 million net worth. They got 43,000 in checking. They're freaking kicking butts, guys. Kicking butts. No other way around that. Love it. Like I said, guilty as charged for successful financial planning. They're doing great. All right, so they got a bunch of goals here. All right, so they had a bunch of goals. Retire at 60. Retirement expenses, they said, are $3,200 a month, excuse me. We always zero out for long-term care costs. We're just going to say they're going to self-insure for whatever it is. There's really no reason to put because you have no idea. So just assume you're going to self-insure. Retirement healthcare costs, as always, I'm saying about $1,500 a month until they get Medicare, and then when they get Medicare, we'll add another $4,000, $2,000 each for Part B or for supplement and co-pays out of pockets and whatnot. All right. They got a goal of 4-year state college for their goal for their daughter. All right, and national average for a 4-year state is $22,000. Yeah, pay for daughter's college. Yeah, right on. And they're keep working and saving until 60, with the exception of age 50. With the exception at age 55, all new contributions will go into low-risk money market with each 401k. There's no real way to plan for that in the software, so we're just going to have to assume it's all going to stocks, and that'll be fine. All right, gotcha. So then they want a vacation, about $15,000 a year once they retire. So you can see at Gary's retirement, once they retire, they want $15,000 a year. And I just said they're going to do that for 15 or 20 years of retirement. They can't definitively say that we're looking at one particular thing. Summer home elsewhere, cottage on one of the lakes, RV. It'd be nice to have the option, flexibility to be able to do these things. But there's not one thing they're particularly locked into. So we're just going to use $15,000. They want to pay off the home and before they retire, fund 4 years of college for the daughter, a new roof on the house, and I'm just combining new roof and driveway. I'm just saying in 2023, get it done while they're working. They want to do ductless AC at $15,000, and again, I'm just saying get that while they're still working. They'd like to get a pool, yeah. So definitely staying in this house, and again, ideally get that while they're working too. And I guess that's it. All right, cool for their goals. So a lot of goals here. They're definitely going to be in this home though. And I have not actually said if they can do this or not. I don't know. So we shall see. We're going to hit income. So Gary makes 83. Liz makes 66. All right, that's good. Their Social Security, $2,400, $2,500 a month at PIA. Gary says he's planning on taking that at 70. Liz will get $2,000 a month at her PIA. Initially thinking she'll take hers at 70 as well. I'm probably going to make that 67 instead, but we shall see. Liz does have a pension, which is a $32,508 is the annual amount with 100% survivor benefit. And folks, this is where the interesting thing kicks in, because if it's just based on Liz's life, it'd only be $3,000 a month, which is $36,000 a year. So basically, basing it only on her life, they're going to make another $4,000 a year. So it's really, dependent on whether or not you think it's worth it for the extra $4,000 a year. Now, some people could say she could use that $4,000 a year to buy life insurance. Not when you're 60 years old, man. It's tough. It's not going to be much cheap life insurance at 60. But anyway, the difference between a 100% joint life survivor, which means Gary gets the whole thing when Liz dies, if he were to survive her, is $2,709 a month. And if you only do a 50% joint life survivor, it's $2,863 a month. So that's like $150 a month difference. So that's $1,800 a year. So I just always err on the side of being conservative to make sure that both people are taken care of. Like I said, they're contributing to their 401ks and they're maxing out the Roths as well. And their expenses are $3,200 on top of the other stuff that they want. All right, so looks good to me. Again, invest in all stocks. Just reiterate, they're getting all 7.3% rate of return with a 16.4% standard deviation. So let's see what we got. I have not crunched these numbers. It'll be fun to look at. I got to think they're probably going to be just fine. Yeah, without question. Oh yeah. They're doing great. They're doing great. And that's in today's dollars, man. So they can up that spending a lot. Let's see what else they said for goals. All right, expenses. All right, so current monthly expenses are $8,500, but approximate monthly living expenses in retirement are $3,100. So I must have. The expenses I show above are based on a budget I created long ago. Every dollar that comes in has a job, and I know what that job is. So the above monthly expenses have everything factored in: putting food on the table, gas for vehicles, monthly spending allowance for my wife, property tax, everything. And the monthly expenses are just, so I'm not sure if they, does that monthly expenses include your more? So let's go to expenses. I'm confused here. So they say monthly expenses is $8,500 a month, and that's everything. That's their. So I'm confused by that. So we got 38. So we got pre-retirement expenses of $3,800 a month. But then they got, so what's their total monthly? 60,000. So if they're saying their total monthly expenses is 8513, let's 8511, and we're saying it's hold on a second, 8511 times 12, subtract 6991, that's another 41,000. But hold on, does that include taxes? And that does that include save? Because then you factor in savings too. So the total outflow is 120,000. You factor in taxes, savings. Yeah, it says property taxes, health care, everything. Is that you? Oh, there it is. Savings account, mortgage, it includes everything. So, excluded. Excluded our Roth savings account, mortgage. Yeah, I think that's right, man. The 120 is right. So he says excluded in their monthly 8,500 are Roth savings accounts, mortgage, monthly spending. I'm confused. So anyway, I tell you, let's raise this then. We'll say, so they're saying their approximate monthly living expenses are retiring about $3,200. All right, I got that. So let's now say that their expenses while they're working is 8511. I don't get it. I'm not sure if that includes everything or not. So let's look at it. Let's see what we got. I don't know the answer here. I'm confused. And it says he excludes savings and stuff, but I can't. Yeah, so the expenses I show above are based on a budget, blah, blah, blah. Every dollar that comes in has a job. So the above monthly expenses has everything factored in, discretionary and mandatory. Putting food on the table, Roth contributions, home property tax, everything. I assume that means mortgage. and the monthly expenses in retirement are just necessities to live on. He added an extra $1,000 in monthly expenses in retirement for healthcare costs. Excluded, this is a retirement, a Roth savings. Well, he's excluding mortgage, monthly spending allowance, no Roth. Well, you're not going to be doing Roth in the retirement. So the retirement stuff makes sense to me. I'm not sure about the pre-retirement. I don't know. So basically, what he's saying is he's spending $85.11 a month times 12. He's spending $102,000 a year in total expenses. So we can go to expenses. We're going to say $3,200 here a month, and that we're going to go back to seeing what that means. We go to retirement. We're going to go to cash flows. Total outflow was 120. I think we're spot on because planned savings, tax payment, expenses, which includes things like housing. I assume healthcare. Yeah, I'm going with that, man. I don't know. I guess what we'll do is let's just say 6,000 for expenses. Pre-retirement expenses $6,000. I'm just gonna throw something out there. I have no idea. So I'm not. When we're saying everything I have coming in has a dollar on everything going out, and we're not going into debt. So inherently, the money we got coming in is covering the money that's going out. Yeah, I'm confused. I'm not gonna lie. I'm confused by that because we're not going into debt. So the money coming in is covering all the, yeah, so we don't have these net cash flows here because we got 149 coming in. Yeah, so salary 149,763. All right, and we got nothing going out, and that includes savings. When does its savings stop there? When is her 401k stopped? Yeah, I'm confused by this, man. So let's go back to, I'm just going to go back to $3,200. I'm confused by that because that doesn't make sense to me. There's no way the money that's going in isn't covering the money going out because they'd be taking on debt, and they're not. And they're having net cash flows, yeah. Okay, that's more like it. Yeah, I'm going with this, folks. All right, so here's our goals. We got college, we got other goals. So we got new roof, we got pool, we got AC upgrade. You see what I'm saying? So we want, I mean, all that stuff right there is goals. Those are all being accounted for. College goals being accounted for. Let's take a look at accounts. Traditional IRA, 401k, taxable account. Withdrawals from accounts. So where's the so where is the goals being accounted for here? So let's take a gander. We got goals. It's coming out of income. That's what's happening here. Those goals are coming out of income. Because they got 149 coming in, and they got net flows 29,000. Here they got 152 coming in. They got net flows of 72,000 to include the first year of college goals. Here they got no net flows. In fact, in 2023, hey, hold on, let me pause it real quick. All right, so to meet their goals, I mean, you got excess cash, excess cash, excess cash right here that's going reinvested in their bank accounts, their taxable account. And then there's pulling from those to meet their goals here, which to include the pool, air conditioned, college, whatnot. And then they got major excess cash here. They're just not spending enough. I'm just confused by their expenditures, but either be it as it may, come because they're not taking on debt, so they're not spending with savings that they're putting in. They can only spend to the extent of their income. That's it. So I mean, in their income, this right here is 150. Well, they have $60,000 of expenses, $36,000 of taxes, $23,000 of planned savings. I mean, and then 23 of putting in 401ks, IRAs, whatnot, and then 29,000 of net flows. So I don't know if the net flow. I don't know where that. I mean, if we could say $8,500, but then that's going to be double dipping. So let's go back to. I guess just put the 85. I'm confused. This is where expenditures are so important. So if we say 80, that doesn't make sense to me. 8511, but let's just. I guess we're going to use that. 8511. I don't know. Anyway, if we do 8511, they still have an 80% chance of probability. I just don't think that's right. Because we go to cash flows, you'll see all these negatives, net negative flows. Because if we're spending 8511 before we have any goals, we have negative outflows of $19,000. I don't see how that could be right. I mean that means they got their expenses are 124. If we go as opposed to what it just seems way high. So their expenses are 124, which includes housing, and 8,500 times 12, that's 102. Well, 102. You're telling me your total expenses are 102, and then housing on top of that. It might be. If it is, that's fine. I just don't know the answer to that. And if it is, and then they got these. Oops. If it is, then we got these goals here. It's gonna be tough, man, because they're not factoring in taxes, and FICA and all that. I mean, so you got to think about it like this: you're paying you got making 150, but you're losing 35,000 from that 150 to FICA, to state, and to federal taxes. So you're not netting 150, you're netting 115, but your total outflows on that are 124. It doesn't make sense, and that's before you factor in your savings. I don't think that's right. There's no way that's right. And then I mean, but even if it were, if we look, we got these goals for college and all that the following years. We'll see withdrawals from accounts. It's coming from these taxable accounts. Oh wait, do I want to? Let's go to any. Yeah, I mean, then they got no balance left. It's got to come with the 401k. There's no way that's the right number. I don't think so. So I'm just gonna say, I don't know. We're gonna say $6,000. There's no way that's the right number. So if 8,500 is the right number, guys, I don't know how you're gonna do it. If 6,000 is the right number, and then we go to retirement, and that's pre-retirement living expenses, then you're fine, and you're way fine. All right, this looks better to me. So if we had 6,000 is the right number, their expenses are 94,591, which includes 72,000 for the home, for the expenses, 22,000 for the house, and then we're gonna have to pay. So that's $95,000. Then you got to pay tax. That's another 36,000. Then you're saving money. So your total outflows here match exactly what your inflows are. The following years, though, on the other hand, because you have these goals here of college, you have negatives, and that money's got to be met from someplace, and it's going to be met from taking money from your taxable accounts, and later on taking money from your 401k. I just and we don't want that. I wonder if can we take it where it comes from the Roth instead? Tax right here. I think we go to distributions right there. I don't think we can take it from the Roth. Well, maybe we can. Let's see here. Let's go to, there we go. Go to action items. taxable tax. There we go. Sweet. So now, there we go. That's what we want to do. Let me make sure I charge my phone. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to distribution strategy, where this is pulling money from their Roth before it pulls money from their 401k. This is going to change everything. Yeah. So what's going to happen? It's expenditure. So I'm confused. I'm confused about expenditures, guys, but that makes it hard for me. No other way around it. So if expenditures are what I just don't know. I don't know what this is, unfortunately. So I'm going to go back to $3,200. I just don't have to go back to. I don't want to make stuff up. I'm just literally going to use what you tell me here, and it will go from there. 30. Yeah, we'll just say 3,200. That's your pre-retirement living expenses, and you're factoring everything else has got to. I mean, because there's no other way this can make sense. So we're going to say your pre-retirement living expenses are $3,200. And if that is the case, and I absolutely think it is, you guys are kicking butt, taking names. There's no other way around that. And we'll just go to traditional strategy here. And what you'll see is you're leaving $3 million in today's numbers to the kids. I don't know how many kids you have. You're not running out of money, man. It's not happening, not anywhere near that. We go to cash flows. Let's take a look at tax. Yeah, so here's from 59 till 73 is when your lowest tax is, and then you got a little bit of a widow's tax trap there. So let's go. We're going to go to tax distribution, and let's try this here. And we're going to go down, take money out of tax deferred first. Oops. There we go. And now let's go to. Oops. That's not what I want to do. Go proposed. Yeah, it did too much, because even under the proposed, when you guys hit retirement, right here, you don't have much in income, but you're pulling it from your, that's the way you should, let's see, your accounts. You should be pulling it from your 401k. No, it's pulling from your taxable first. We don't want that. That's not the way I want it. I want it to be pulling from your 401k first. Why is it pulling from your taxable? But I do like how they're pulling it from your 401k here, but I think that's because you got no money left in these accounts. Yeah, they're gone. So we don't want that. Why is it doing that? I don't like that. Why is it? It's not the way we want that to happen. I don't want it to come from your taxable stuff first. So let's go to tax. Did not save distributions. Yeah, tax deferred. Did not save or something? There it is right there. Let's go to taxable, tax free. Let's go to retirement, cash flows. Accounts. Should be pulling money from your, yeah, your traditional IRA. Why is it doing that? It's like it's not saving it. Yeah, okay. All right, so something's not. Oh, did I not put down here? Hold on. Oh, I know what I didn't. Hold on just a second. I got to change this back. There we go. Propose. That's what's going on. That's why it's not changing. Got to change it there. Okay, sweet. All right, so now let's go back to tax. Here we go. All right, so what we're going to do is distributions. There we go. All right, cool. let's look at this. This should change it. Propose. There we go. Now let's try this. This should change it. Yeah. Doesn't change much though, does it? 9.4. Let's go to retirement. So now in retirement, both have 100%, but you're leaving 2.8 million versus 3. So let's go to net worth and so, or see what the difference in accounts are at death. All right, so this is proposed plan. You got 2.6 in Roth, 7 in taxable, and 1.4 at 401ks and traditional IRAs. Let's go to 1.4 and 401k and traditional IRA. Current plan is going to be probably, yeah, look at that, significantly more. And that's what it comes down to, man. Watch the plan distributions here. Oops. Yeah, cash flow. Right here. So the plan, this is your RMDs, guys. Under the current plan, your RMDs, 2056 is $288,000. If we go to proposed plan, which means you're going to be subject to Medicare premiums and all that stuff. Yeah, so, okay, good. So significant lower. All right, so at the end of the day, even though this right here shows you leaving less, it's actually more when you factor in taxes, without question. Not even debatable there. So if we go and say, okay, what if we were to, so propose is much better. So look at the two differences, man. It's crazy. Look at that. So not much there, but a whole lot more here. And here's the widow's tax trap. So at 83, 17.3 and 5.4. At 83, 17.3 to 5.4. At 83, 17.5 and 5.5. Wow, that's not different at all. Really? That's just, well, I tell you what, but let's 83. Let's do details. Details, let's go to 2040. Maybe we'll go to 2045. 2045, under the proposed plan, you're paying $47,000 in taxes. Under the current plan, you're paying 2045, $48,000. No. Is that right? $48,000, and then you got under the current plan, 2045, $48,000. Proposed 2045, $47,000. Well, it's not that much of a difference, man. Let's go down to 2055. On the proposed plan, you're paying $111 in taxes. That doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, so the current plan, it's the same thing. Huh, that's crazy interesting. So we're not taking, so we don't want to just take money out. Look at the cash flows. So we're withdrawing from IRA, 401k to meet ends. That makes sense. we hit 6, so we got negative cap. What if you took, so here are, we're at 101, we're still in the 12%. Let's take another 30,000 a year out on top of that from 401ks from 2029 to 2040, 2039. Let's take another 20,000 out of the 401ks. Yeah, okay, good. We'll say 30,000 a year. I'm going to take it from the IRA. 2029. Oops. To 2040. It will convert to Roths. Let's see what that looks like, because I don't see any benefit at all what we're just doing there. Ooh, I like that though. I don't know if I do. Look at it, still 16. I don't know. $32,000 there with a. Let me write this down. So we got 32,000 there. Taxes. I'll tell you what, hold on. I'm going to download this. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. In this scenario, they pay 2,096 in total taxes. Tax payment is 2.096 in total tax. So let's go. So if we get out of here, right, so that's with the proposed plan. So 2,096 in total taxes. We're doing Roth conversions. 1 second. Yeah, doing these $30,000 a year Roth conversions until Gary is 72. All right. And then you got 4.702 million in Roths, about 1.3 million or so in traditional accounts at deaths, 5.7. All right, gotcha. So that looks pretty good to me. So Gary doing 30,000 a year conversions is going to put a lot more money into the kids tax free. Yeah, I like that a lot. Let's see here. Hold on a second. I like that a lot, actually. All right, so now it's Roth conversions. All right, so now what if we did without Roth conversions? Let's do this. Profile. Actually, what do they have for net worth there? They had total net worth was 2.8, basically 3 million bucks total net worth. And that's the median, by the way, the median. The difference between the two is the other one is just a linear approach. This is all that matters, the median, to be perfectly honest with you. But so let's go and not do any Roth conversions. And now let's take a look. Cash flows. I'll have to save this as a spreadsheet as well. Remember, this is no Roth conversions. Open this guy up. Tax payment is right here. Okay. Equal sum. It's 2.5 million. What was the other one? Oops. 2. All right, there you go. So by doing the Roth conversions, they'll save $500,000 in total taxes over their lives. And what's their net worth? Yeah, it's about the same. Look at that, 2 point. Look, it's about the same amount of money, man. But watch the. That's crazy. About the same amount of money. They're leaving a little bit more taxable to the kids, not much more, a little bit more, but they're going to pay more taxes by not doing Roth conversions. That's a fact. They're going to pay 500,000 more taxes by not doing Roth conversions. Crazy. And on top of that, who knows what the Medicare premiums increase are going to be if they don't do Roth conversions. And on top of that, because they're leaving so much more right here, all that money is growing. There is some tax. I mean, if we go to watch this, just qualified dividends and capital gains and stuff, we'll go out a few years to 2051. I mean, they got $51,000 of qualified dividends right there, and they're going to be paying Medicare premiums. Let's just go back again to look at retirement. It's basically the same amount of money they're leaving. Just watch this. Last year's tax payment, $225. Last year's tax payment here, $225. And here, if we go to doing Roth conversions, last year's tax payment. I guess I could look at the spreadsheet now and think about it, but the last year's tax payment is going to be 179. I mean, it's still a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. It's interesting. By doing Roth conversions, and they shouldn't do too much because look, you still got 10 to 15% tax bracket until you hit about 73. Then it'll go up, but that's with Roth conversions. So it's 14.2 at 78, 14.2 at 78. If we don't do Roth conversions, you got to look beyond the actual tax percentage rate. You got to actually look at the dollar amount. But oops, I want to go to tax. I'm sorry. So without doing Roth conversions, 16.3. So I mean that's a pretty significant difference. But what's happening here is they're leaving the exact same amount of money, not the exact, but pretty close to the same amount of money. They're leaving a little bit more to be taxed to their kids if they don't do Roth conversions, and they're leaving less to be taxed their kids if they do Roth conversions. On top of that, they're paying less tax while they're alive. On top of that, they're paying $500,000 less in income tax while they're alive. On top of that, less going to be for Medicare premiums and stuff. Let's just real quick. I want to see if they do. Let's say they bite the bullet, do 75,000 a year for Gary's Roth conversions. Let's just see, and then we'll stop. So they got a lot to, they got a lot going on for them. For IRAs or 401ks, I can't remember. I can't remember what their. I think it was this IRA, right? Counts. Yeah, we can't do it from. No, we got to do it from IRA. Yeah, there we go. From IRA. Bear with me just a second here. Watch this. Check this out. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That might be a little bit too much. Let's see if we can't level that off a little bit more. That might, let's see if we can't level this off just a tad. We'll go to 60,000. Yeah, that's the cat's meow. Meow. Oh, Gary from Cat's Meow. You know who does a Gary meow? SpongeBob. Gary does the. Oh yeah, that's a thing of beauty. That's a thing of beauty right there. Gary the snail from SpongeBob. That's SpongeBob's house pet who goes meow. All right, yeah, that's a thing of beauty there, my friends. So let's go to cash flows. Go download this puppy. Open that puppy. Put another thing in here. Oops, how do we get this thing to? I got to learn the stuff on the MacBook. I just started using their sheets, which looks pretty good to me, but let's see what we got. Oh, 1.7 million in taxes. Raise it, raise the roof, raise the roof. Oh man, that's a thing of freaking beauty. Josh, right capital, marry me. Last year 115. That is a thing of beauty. At their deaths, they're leaving 6 million Roth IRAs. Then you can even go back here, and if you want, you can even say whose 401k is that. You can say they both have 401ks. So when they hit 72 at years 2041, start moving 401k money over. So 2041, who's got the bigger four? I think she's got it, right? Liz, doesn't she have the bigger 401k? 2041, yeah. So 2041, we'll start moving some 401k money over to, start saying Liz 401k conversion. What is it, 2042? Yeah. Raise the roof, Joshy. Oops. Raise the roof, Joshy. You know you want to raise the roof. Raise the roof. Raise the roof. You want to raise the roof. Raise the roof. All right, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. So let's go here, retiring. You guys don't think I'm weird, do you? You should, because I'm weird. That doesn't do as much there, but let's take a gander from a cash flow perspective. Raise the roof. Raise the roof. Open it. There we go. Which one's tax? Right there. Blank equals sum. Blank and blank. I don't think I'd do that. I think what I'd do here is that's not that big of a deal in my opinion. Got a negative there on 2059. So anyway, all right. So let's wrap this up. I think what I'd do here, my friends, is I would have. I want to close this out. I don't want to save it. Delete. There we go. I would have old Gary converting his IRA to a Roth once he retires. No other way around that. And I think we got that shown in here actually. If we go to income, we got Gary's IRAs, Roth conversions right there. Yeah, when he starts, that's what I do. I do a pretty significant amount of money. That will put you in a higher tax bracket. I get it. But the taxes savings are extraordinary, my friends. And if Gary does $60,000 Roth conversions when he hits retirement, you're going to save $700,000 in taxes. According to that, we have no idea what will be in the future. That's a smoking deal. you're going to leave so much to your kid, or in the plural, I don't know. You're going to pay less taxes. Gary, when you die, we always kill you off first. Miss Liz, your better half is going to be so much better off. Everything is right. Everything is right in the world with that strategy. Hundreds of thousands less in taxes, not sacrificing anything in overall net worth you're leaving to your kids. Actually, from a net tax perspective, you're leaving more. That's a slam dunk, dudes. On top of that, again, I don't know what your expenses are. That's the issue. I don't know. I'm challenged by that, but I have a sneaky suspicion I am right here, and using your expenses at $3,200, which is your discretionary plus your mortgage and all that other stuff. And we got your goals covered by cash flow. Get all those goals paid for while you're working. Guys kicking butts. No other way around it. Hey, I hope this helps. This is interesting. Another value of Roth conversions is huge. It's not for everybody, but it's huge here. We'll see you.